Last time on True Magnum TV.
Jonas was calling, wah, 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 calling, and there's a flash. I put the shotgun on it and let her go.
Dog tired, cramps, sore. That's the starting process of getting acclimated.
Nothing we can do now but just dry everything out. Probably be a long day in the tent.
In Cameroon, hunting in the dense jungle, Rob Dunham took a shot at a diker deep in the bush.
Let's look. It's a good hit for sure. But I don't know how tough these little gaffers are, but I think we have to call the chien. The dogs? I think so. Let's go. You can tell right away from this blood trail the way it hits that the diker is gone in this direction. When it hits, it goes forward, and he's heading into the thicket right now.
Luckily, on this type of safari, there are dogs on call, ready to get to work.
Look. I've never hunted with dogs before, but it is a great advantage. I mean, if it was me crawling around in here, I'd likely put as best effort I could in, but I'd end up having to give up because I can't get through there. So the dogs are a great asset.
If the dogs can't find the diker, the animal will be considered taken.
I'm getting a little worried. There's nothing worse than maybe wounding an animal and not retrieving it. We got 3 dogs out here, and they're having trouble picking up the scent right now, so maybe I didn't hit them as good. I don't know, but I'm getting a little stressed.
Let me see.
Go! Come! Yeah, yes! We got him! Bueno! Lunker! Da-cha-cha! Oh! Oh! The pygmy antelope is one of the most beautiful animals I've ever seen. Man, this is my first diker in Cameroon, and a great trophy. Not just a good representative animal, it's a great trophy, a big male. Couldn't be happier. It's a beautiful antelope. There's a pygmy antelope, guys. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's a nice male, huh? I'll tell you what.
This is a nice male.
It's a giant.
It's a monster.
It's a giant among pygmies.
My God.
Look at this guy. It's actually a large male. You might laugh at it, but it's a large male. I'm really, really proud of it. I'm happy to be part of a hunt like that, hunting this traditional style.
I mean, it's pretty old. This is a pretty nice male. I mean,
that's super
very
cool.
Well done. I'm so
you know
glad.
what?
You know, I'm so happy for you.
Look at the size of these feet, these tracks. How do you track that?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful, I'm telling you. Very fortunate to be able to share this hunt with these people and Pedro and his crew. But right now, we're going to keep going. That's hunting. Any safari. We're done. We're going to move on and look for more game.
In Russia, yesterday's miss on a trophy turf and midday storm ended the hunt for James Brion and his team.
Just like everywhere we hunt, the weather changes fast. Rain, hail, and like.
But today, they are ready to start again.
Out at it early again today. I have a feeling this could be a long day. We may have to find some new animals after yesterday's little incident. We made some adjustments though. We're good today.
With the storm lowering the temperature, the team decided to travel to a known bedding ground for summering tour in some of the lower elevations.
I knew this hunt wasn't going to be easy, especially since recovering from knee surgery. But climbing thousands of feet day after day, just to come up empty-handed, that can wear anybody just right down to the nub. But it's all mental, because you never know. Today could be the day.
10, 11-year-old Tur, fresh last night, old male. It's a good sign we haven't seen any sign this low yet. Yes, cool weather. They should be bedded just over the hill from here.
Finding the tur print on their trail is a good sign. But James and his crew are not the only ones following the tracks.
This is a big inland grizzly, also hunting these tur. Probably meet up with both of them over this hill sometime today. That bear's, for this far inland, that's a big bear.
The bears in this area are the known big predators, catching their prey, pinning it down, and eating it alive. And when a grizzly starts hunting a specific food source like these tur, they can become extraterritorial. And that's a dangerous situation we don't want to be walking into.
Bear scat, we've been looking for a break for weather to change, push tur down, and now we have another big predator. That's not a good sign.
Sometimes referred to as the Amazon of Asia, Nepal is one of the richest countries in biodiversity. Today, Bo Morgan is hunting an animal indigenous to the region that only a handful will ever be permitted to hunt, the Himalayan Tahr.
Dorpatan Hunting Preserve is the only place in the world that you can hunt Himalayan tahr. And there's only 7 permits in the whole country for the year. So, you know, I was really fortunate enough to my auction was high enough to get one of the permits, and just kind of came together that I'm going to give it a try. I'd hunted here before, but never for the tahr. I'd seen them.
Just spotted some work along this ridge this morning. No snow this year. They're higher than usual, so we're right at the timberline.
Very shy and wary, the Himalayan tahr have reddish, woolly coats and triangular horns that curve upwards on both male and female goats. Excellent climbers, the tahr select the most inaccessible terrain to climb, making their hunt one of the most challenging in Nepal.
They don't live as high as the blue sheep typically, but it's still 13,000 feet stuff, and the world's different there. We're not used to it. People aren't supposed to live that high too often, I don't believe.
At 13,000 feet and above, there are added risks to the hunt. Disorientation, headache, and nausea are all signs of a life-threatening condition, altitude sickness.
Did you ever see him? I never saw him, but he sat right in the brush, so. Little knob right there. He said they were going around the knob. There's like 3 white grass knobs. I couldn't tell which. I was looking though.
Guide saw 2 or 3 moving around the edge, and then about the time we get located and they're moving, and then they went into a canyon there, and about the same time the sun rose enough that we're looking in the sun. And sometimes it just cuts your vision, you can't see it.
Get across the valley from them. It'll be noisy, and then it should be close.
You know, even when you're looking right at an animal, the sun gets in your face kind of, and you get a little bit of haze. You just can't pick up any movement, any animal. Sometimes you're out of, the animals are gone. You know, you get so you can see the mountain again, and where'd they go? We're just trying to be patient, knowing they could be moving towards us too, and we don't want to be moving around and booger them, so we're just kind of being patient, trying to figure it out, and it's not happening.
In Cameroon, on this exploratory safari, Rob Dunham is hunting for some of the area's most sought-after game. The Sitatunga, also known as the marshbuck. This swamp-dwelling antelope is medium-sized in stature with a water-resistant coat that is specifically adapted to wet terrain. Most active during the early hours of the day and just before dusk, this is truly one of Cameroon's most elusive species.
To hunt in a place that's so remote, so exotic, that the place is full of gorillas, you know you've hit your mark. You know, to be a small part involved in creating employment and bringing hunting and business revenue to this area, it won't stop poaching, but it really slow it down.
One of our trackers just spotted a Sitatunga just off the road on a little hill in the bush. By the time we got the truck stopped, he got up and ran off. I had no chance to see him. It was just seeing some grass moving. Nothing at all.
See, you can hear the shot from. You can see the bed of the Sitatunga was lying just here. We're gonna try to go with the dogs quickly.
They're on it. They're on it now.
The leader of the dogs quickly pick up the Sitatunga and start taking distance in distance. We literally took off as well.
That's what I heard.
In Russia, James and his team have been following the tracks of a large group of Kuban Tur. But they're not the only hunters on this mountain. There is fresh sign that a large grizzly is tracking the same prey.
We're at about 10,500 feet here. We've got fresh Tur sign at this level, which is the first time since we started. We've been following their tracks all the way up here, but also a grizzly has too. Oh my goodness, wow. Just a string of them, a line. Big ones, but they're so far away. We're looking at a line of Kuban Tur. Looks like all rams, 20 or 30 animals at least. It feels like every ram in this area just walked out of our range. Whew. But very exciting to see. I bet you couldn't go on 10 hunts over here and expect to see a sight like we just saw. Very fortunate to see it. I hate to say it, but it just feels like they're migrating right out of our life. I'd like to think I'm tough enough to backtrack around there and follow those Tur where they're going. And I don't know what their plan is, but I have to be honest. I'm not 100% sure I can do that. This is really, really difficult country. So we're telling them what these guys are talking about. I'm sure the same thing I'm thinking. Can we get there today, harvest, and get home? Probably not. Yeah, I've been in situations like this before where you see an animal and you just take off after it with your packs and your water, and that's about it. You come back 24 to 36 hours later, just absolutely worn to the nub, but usually successful. So it's tempting. The problem here is two things. First of all, we're working between 10 and 12,000 feet if we head after those. And you can't make as much country, you just can't make as much ground as you think you can when you're used to comparing that to 8,000 or 9,000 feet. The second thing is, 2 days straight, we've been pounded by weather in the midday and forced down to camp. If that happens when we chase those Tur, I mean, it could easily become a rescue mission, but for sure lives are at stake if we get pounded like that with no shelter, no food, no way to make fire. So we sit here, watch a little bit, see if something boils over from another canyon, and maybe poke around on foot. Hopefully not every one of our Tur in our area was in that group of 25.
True Magnum TV is brought to you by TrueMagnum.com.
In Nepal, Bo Morgan and his team are high above the tree line on the hunt for the Himalayan Tahr.
Gotta suit up. Now we're on.
It's just not right if you're shooting at something and don't have the hat on. My whole guiding career, I've had one of these hats. I mean, I've worn several out and I never throw them away. They fold up and go on my shelf in my trophy room, and got to get on the right way. It's hunting time. When it turns around and it's out of the way, no obstructions, it's time to get after something.
With the day's sun blinding the crew, they decide to move in hopes of getting a better view and a possible shot at a Tahr.
says this little 135 pound, 140 pound body steps on them little clumps of grass. These slides going by, this 185, 195 pound, steps on them. I start sliding and puckering.
It's like, so you get places where we just can't do this, you know? Even the locals are like, gotta go around, really pay attention, or the consequences are bad. Like if I take a fall on one of these things, my career would probably be over. I mean, you get a big hurt boo-boo, then you're done. You're not gonna be doing it anymore. Be sitting at a desk doing something.
Scaling down the mountain to get into position is never as easy as it looks. One false step could mean the end.
Pretty tough to negotiate the tahr hunt here. And it looks to me like it's gonna be pretty challenging to get clients in here. I don't know if it'd be my first pick on tahr hunts in the future because it's not the best for everybody.
While descending, one of the guides spots a tahr on the edge of the canyon.
The old guy knees come into play. Okay, watch yourself.
What's the range? Deepak, what's the range?
Kind of up above him, not in the best position. It does open up some of the vegetation that we can see down in it.
Is it male? I mean, I can see its horn, but I...
Say that again, Deepak. Down to the other side.
Yeah, it's to... Yeah, I got it. Wait till it turns. You on it? You gotta scoot back, Deepak, a little. Your ears, plug your ear. No, you can, you're good. All right, everybody ready? Is he down?
Next time on True Magnum TV.
Be smart. We should be behind the truck. If they come out, they'll attack. Yeah, I got him. I see him. About 20 of them. If he's 300 yards, we'd be blasting right now. But a mile and a half. It's waiting game. Okay, one last ditch effort. Ruslan is gonna go down there and get his wind to blow up the last canyon, just in case it pushes that Tur over this way. It's a long shot, but sometimes this works.